back. Well, there is a lot of growth potential in Jacksonville this weekend, courtesy of Greenscape of Jacksonville. Their annual tree giveaway is this weekend, but it's coupled with a couple other eco-minded events. Here to tell us about it, we're joined by Dan Durben, Executive Coordinator of Keep Jacksonville Beautiful. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning.
We're also joined by Rhonda Gracie, horticulturist at the University of North Florida. Rhonda, good morning.
Good morning.
And Nicole Kresse, Executive Director of Greenscape of Jacksonville. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning, Ann.
Am I right on your last name?
Kresse.
Kresse. I'm sorry. I think I knew that and I forgot. So apologies. Nicole Kresse, Executive Director, Greenscape of Jacksonville. Welcome. Thanks for being here. So let's start with this tree giveaway. It is an annual event, but some are familiar with it. Why did Greenscape start this annual giveaway?
Oh, well, thanks for that question, Ann. Yes, we're excited. This is our 36th annual Great Tree Giveaway, and this is the largest initiative in Northeast Florida to get trees onto private land. So it complements city initiatives to get land on, or trees onto public lands like the parks and roadways and things. And so Greenscape, realizing our role as a 51-year-old nonprofit now in helping to plant, protect, and promote trees, looked at a way to expand a reach pretty quickly. And so we're really excited to offer 1,800 trees this year. We have a variety of different trees, 10 different species to offer so that people can get the right tree in the right place on their property and help expand the tree canopy. And that's our ultimate goal.
And how impactful has Greenscape been in the years that it's been doing this giveaway?
Oh, so it's really amazing. I'm pretty new to the organization. I think I'm in my 4.5 month as the executive director, so I'm thrilled to see all the things that we've done. But this tree giveaway will take us to 356,744 trees credited to Northeast Florida between our tree plantings that we do and the tree distribution, which is our Great Tree Giveaway.
Wow, it's a lot of trees. And a big part of it is, Rhonda, making sure that a tree once planted lives, right?
Correct.
These are little saplings. They can be vulnerable to everything from drought to lawnmowers. How do you help people determine, what tree they should be selecting, where it should go in their yard, how they best care for it?
Yeah, so that goes to the Florida-friendly landscaping principles with right plant, right place. You want to make sure that you're looking at the tree you're selecting for your soil. Is it a moist site? Is it a dry site? And then the biggest thing, because trees in urban settings typically only live 7 to 15 years, suburban maybe goes up to 20 to 25 years on that life expectancy. And part of the problem is that we don't allow enough rooting space and canopy space for the tree. So you want to make sure that you're placing your tree far enough away from your foundation of your home. You might think that, oh, I just got this tree and it's going to get 60 feet tall, and it has a canopy of about 20 feet. I'll put it about 10 feet away from the foundation of my house, not thinking what that's going to look like in 20 years. And then 20 years goes by. Next thing you know, it's uplifting the foundation of your home and it gets removed. So we want to make sure that when you're selecting your tree, that you also give it plenty of space to grow. The younger saplings are great because they'll connect to the soil and all the other plants around it. They'll kind of actually communicate and they'll work with the mycorrhizae and stuff. So they will actually catch up to a tree that you could have planted larger in about 3 to 4 years and surpass it. It'll be more wind resistant. It's really fabulous. So.
Yeah, anybody who wants to know about tree communication should read Overstory, which is a great book about, kind of how the trees through their root systems are, communicating through fungus. And it's a pretty extraordinary system that they've established. Dan, what is the involvement of Keep Jacksonville Beautiful in this event? Why are you participating? Why are you partnering in the first place?
Because we love Greenscape.
Yeah.
We also love trees. Excuse me. Basically, we started an event called America Recycles Day, back in 2010, and we would do recycled newspapers and electronics and things like that. In 2020, we partnered with Greenscape because we thought, that's great. They're giving away trees. We're taking the end product, which are the papers, to be recycled. And I guess you could say we branched out from just collecting the paper.
I see what you did there.
You see okay. So our role is basically to take the paper and have our partner, Republic Services, recycle it.
And so what does that look like, practically speaking, if people come to this event this weekend? What should they be thinking about bringing? How much can they bring? What is it?
That's a great question. They can bring up to 2 bags, 30-gallon bags, or 2 boxes. We're really kind of lenient. If they bring more, we're going to accept that because we do want to get it recycled. They'll drive through. They can either pick up a tree and drop off recycling, or just pick up a tree or just drop off recycling.
And so this is a partnership naturally because it, helps people who are thinking green to sort of accomplish a couple of tasks at the same time. This is a 2-day event though. So can you help us break down a little bit about what people attending could expect on either day?
Absolutely. And thanks. And we do partner with Keep Jacksonville Beautiful for this full life cycle, right? We're giving out the new trees and they're taking those trees to recycle. So that's a really cool aspect of the partnership that I want to highlight. So we actually do the staging for the event on Friday, and we'll be sharing with a ribbon cutting for a formal Arbor Day celebration for Florida's Arbor Day, which is now, because of the climate that we're in Florida, in lieu of April, where it is the typical Arbor Day in the country. So UNF will be celebrating their ribbon cutting for their first phase of tree planting. And then our formal Great Tree Giveaway and Paper Recycle Day is Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at UNF Lot 18, which is near Hodges Stadium. And that is where we will have lanes for, a trees only group. We have it's staging, so it's all drive through. There's trees only, trees and paper recycling, and only the paper recycling. We have route maps that are on our website so people can see an easy traffic route. We're looking at queuing people in a parking lot so that it's really easy to do. And they can recycle their paper, as Dan mentioned, and we will give away up to 3 free trees per car on a first-come, first-served basis. We have 10 trees that we're offering, so we have a variety of native and Florida-friendly plants, trees that are here.
What are some of the trees that you're going to be offering?
Yeah, we've got a couple of fruit trees, which is really exciting. So we have pecan, we have persimmon, we have smaller and understory trees. So we've got crepe myrtles and our Dahoon hollies, and then we go into even bigger trees. So, we have a Shumard oak, which is a nice, a little bit more compact type of oak tree that is native to the area here. We have the southern crabapple, which is new. We're excited to have that. We have a bald cypress, which is a great tree for absorbing stormwater and rainwater. We also have black gum. And what else am I missing here? Sweet bay magnolia, and of course a red maple, which is a beautiful leaf changing tree.
Sure. So Rhonda, when it comes to the idea of right tree, right place, how is that changing as our climate warms? Are we starting to see trees that were traditionally thriving in this area not doing as well? Or are we starting to see trees that typically we would see in South Florida and now are starting to migrate to this area?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the actual climate zone map changed for half of Duval County a couple of years ago. So we're actually 5 degrees warmer than we used to be. So we are starting to see some of our trees, like our redbuds, that like it a little bit cooler, struggling a little bit more. They're now a little bit better, like going up into Nassau, up into Georgia. We're starting to see a little bit of decline in them here because it's like on the border for being a little too warm. But then we're also picking up a lot of the trees that you would find in Central Florida that would not survive before because it was a little too cold. So
I feel like you start to see Norfolk pines all the time now, which used to be those sort of crazy Dr. Seuss looking trees in South Florida. And I see them here all the time now.
Yeah, and they're starting to thrive. I wouldn't recommend those. We have some other beautiful pines that we can use
Good to know.
instead.
We've got a call I want to take from Charles on the west side. Good morning, Charles. Go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. Back in 1997, I went to the tree giveaway down on the South Bank, and I got a redbud, and a dogwood, a bald cypress, and a Japanese magnolia. Sad to say, the redbud didn't make it, but the other 3, are still growing. I don't own that house anymore, but I've driven by, and they're still there.
That's great. Sounds like a successful tree planting. I mean, 3 out of 4 ain't bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it is important for people to take that time while they're doing their drop off to maybe take a minute to get some advice about where to plant it where's a good spot in the yard to pick.
Absolutely. We have a variety of partner liaisons who are arborists and qualified professionals to provide information. Our tree menu also has details of each of the tree species. We have videos on how to plant your tree correctly, information about watering, because again, we want to see the forest for the trees here and make sure that those trees survive and really contribute to the canopy. We've seen a 4% decrease in the canopy over the last, it was the 2013 to 2023. Those studies happen periodically at a state level. And so that is one thing that we want to counter here, making sure that these trees are healthy and contribute to the canopy, because those are the long-term, benefits. It's really cool. There's a amazing software, which hopefully we'll be able to continue. There's some funding issues, but we use iTree, which is a great way to capture projected benefits for the trees. And so our 1,800 trees, if they live to maturity, will have significant benefits that equate to about 3.88 million in economic and environmental benefits for our region. These trees will offset 4,600 cars being on the road for a full year in terms of CO2 reduction. We can do 515 Olympic-sized pools of rainwater kind of avoided or absorbed by these trees, which is really influential from green infrastructure perspective.
Well, we've got a link on our website both to Greenscape and the event and to Keep Jacksonville Beautiful if people are interested in attending the event. Again, Friday, January 16th, Saturday, January 17th. Dan Durben, Rhonda, Gracie, Nicole Kresse, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you
you so much.